Hey guys, welcome to your first new moon yoga class of 2021. This new moon is on January 13th. This new moon is in Capricorn, so we're going to get grounded. We're going to work on that root chakra. Before I get started, I just wanted to say thank you all for watching this, for doing these classes. If you've been watching them for the past year, thank you so much for continually doing these classes. If you're brand new, welcome. My name is Natasha. You can find me on Instagram also at Nourish Natasha. I'm a 500-hour registered yoga teacher. I specialize in accessible yoga, yoga with astrology, yoga for the chakras, trauma-informed yoga, for the treatment of eating disorders. I'm basically certified in every kind of yoga you can imagine, but those are just my specialties. Welcome to my channel. Before we get started, I just want to slide in that little promotion in there. All of my course bundles are now 50% off. So if you've wanted to support a small business, if you like these classes and you want more, all my Nourish AF bundles are 50% off. So I have a yoga bundle, a self-love bundle, and then the complete package, which comes with all 5 of my courses. So the link will be in the description box. Thank you for your support. But yeah, let's get into it. So like I said, we're going to be working on the root chakra today. Why? Capricorn rules physically in the body, your joints, your ligaments, your tendons, your bones, and your spine. So Capricorn in itself is ruling kind of the foundation of our bodies, right? Our bodies are kind of built atop this skeleton. Our joints, our ligaments, our tendons are kind of what keeps, it keeps everything together. So Capricorn does rule the root chakra, which is our grounding chakra, which is our base chakra. So Capricorn is this base, this strong foundation, whether we're talking about, it being the root chakra, we're talking about it ruling the skeleton, which is kind of our body's base. This is the base, the foundation of which everything else kind of grows on top of. So what we're going to be focusing on is having that strong base, that foundation. We're going to be working on, a lot of strength kind of stuff today, a lot of balancing, trying to find our grounding and trying to come back down to earth because with the new year and with everything that happened last year and everything that's going on right now, everything is kind of up in the air, right? So how can we build a strong foundation for our goals, our dreams, what the change that we want to bring to the world? How can we set a foundation for that? So that's what we're going to be focusing on. So also think about, while we're practicing your goals, your dreams, your ambitions, what you want to change, where's the base for that? Where's the foundation for that? This can be your core values. This can be setting smaller goals, like, foundational goals to kind of get you to where you want to be. Just starting small, starting with that strong base, because if we don't build up that strong base, we're going to falter later on because we didn't set that base in place. So that is what we're going to be working today. Our mantra is I am strong, because you know what? We are strong, and we're going to create this strong base for us physically, for us mentally, emotionally, spiritually, our goals, our dreams, our ambitions. We're going to create that base. And I also wrote, you're stronger than you think you are. You're strong enough to handle whatever comes your way. So with that base, right, we have that strong base. We are so grounded and we're so strong in that foundation that things can come along that maybe kind of want to knock us off track or knock us off what we're trying to do, but we have that base. So even though we might stumble, we might fall, even if we fall, we're falling on that strong base. You know what I mean? I think of, this reminds me of the tarot card Strength, which is actually a card of Leo, but that's the kind of strength we're talking about. Yes, physical strength is awesome, but I'm talking about mental, emotional, spiritual strength, where nothing is going to knock you off of what you're doing because you're just so strong in that base, in that foundation. The card that rules Capricorn is actually the devil, which doesn't represent the actual devil. It represents kind of the things that might keep you chained down, or the things that might knock you off of your path, or the things that you shouldn't be doing but you do anyways. This can also be addiction, that kind of thing, and that's what we're kind of fighting against. So if the devil is kind of the chains that bind, the things that knock us off that base, we need to strengthen the base, right? So those things, they don't even bother us anymore. We can let go of those things. So I will stop ranting at you. We're gonna get started. We're gonna get started today in Child's Pose, which is a very grounding pose, one of my favorite poses. So go ahead and find your way to your mat. I won't be cueing any props today, but if you would like props, I always have my blocks nearby. I have my strap. Know your body, know your practice, know your yoga, and keep your props with you. So finding your child's pose, I'm going to take a wide-legged child's pose. Option to take a regular child's pose or any variation you like. I like wide-legged because it's an extra hip opener. It also makes space for the belly and the boobs. So you can widen your knees, not as wide as the mat. Your toes are touching behind you. You're sinking your hips to your heels, and then you're going to walk your hands out and drop your chest to the mat. Now sink in here. Get as low as you can. Forehead or chin touching the mat. Start to bring your awareness to your breath here. Now, if you're a newbie to my classes, I'm specialized in accessible yoga for all bodies, so I will be offering variations throughout the whole class. I want you to listen to your body. Everything I say is an option, not an order. So remember to just do you, do what works best for you and your body. So sink into this child's pose here. Bringing your awareness to your breath. Noticing your breath as it goes in and out through your nose. I like to actually picture my nose in my mind and watch the breath go in and out. Bring your mind, your body, your soul to the present, to this moment right now on your mat. And as you inhale, I want you to fill up the chest, fill up the belly. Really press that belly out. And as you exhale, everything releases. In society and just the world, we're told to kind of keep our bellies pulled in, suck it in. I don't want you to do that here. When we breathe, I want you to breathe into your belly. Fill it up, no sucking in. I want you to take up space. And start to deepen these inhales and exhales. And now start to take inventory here. Use your breath to check in. See if there's any blockages, constraints, tensions, anything coming up for you. These can be physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. And we're just noticing them. We're not trying to force them away. We're not judging ourselves for these tensions or these blockages. We're practicing non-attachment, non-judgment. Just acknowledging them, knowing that we're going to work on them, and letting them go. Now start to bring your awareness to our mantra, our affirmation for this class. I am strong. I'm building a strong base. I'm building a strong foundation. And maybe lift up all 10 fingers and then lower them back down on the mat one at a time. Feeling that mat beneath your fingertips. Noticing every place the mat is touching your body. Feeling this grounding energy. We're feeling our base. We're feeling that foundation. And as we feel it physically, I want you to also feel it mentally, emotionally, spiritually. What is your base? What is your foundation? How are you going to make it stronger? And I want you to inhale here. And exhale, you're just going to walk your hands gently over to the right. You're going to feel that stretch in your left side body. From rib cage to hip. Feeling that expansion. Making space. Breathing into that side body. I'm still feeling that grounding energy though. Still feeling the mat beneath your fingertips. Go ahead and inhale, bring those hands back through center and then over to the left. Now feeling that stretch in the right side body, from rib cage to hip. Feeling that expansion. Breathing into that space. And inhale, bring it back to center. Now I want you to come to your fingertips. So you're going to come raise your chest up off the mat. Just very gently, not very much, maybe just an inch. You're going to press into your hands. Maybe come to your fingertips. And I want you to start to circle your chest to the right. So very gentle here. And again, you're still feeling this strong base. This base is allowing us to do this movement because we're grounded in our hands and our legs. Just very gentle circles with the chest. Now take it in the opposite direction, so circling to the left now. It's a very small movement. And go ahead and return back down to your child's pose. Hands come flat. Now I want you to bend at the elbows and bring your palms together. And we're going to take a prayer above our head in this child's pose. There's a little baby chest shoulder opener here. Breathing here. You're going to release those hands back down. Then you're going to inhale very gently. Roll the spine up and coming into your tabletop position. So again, find your base here. Your hands should be extended, fingers nice and splayed out. Everything should be touching the mat, so you don't want to be like, bending your fingers or maybe your palm is hovering. Everything should be pressing fully into the mat. Tops of your feet should be on the mat. Maybe your shins, your knees. Your hips are stacked right over your knees. We're going to go into our cat-cows. So I want you to inhale, lift the chin and lift the chest. Opening up those shoulders, that neck. Exhale, round, drop chin to chest. Doubling up the shoulders. Inhale, open that chest up, lift the chin. And exhale, round. Now I want you to do 5 more rounds of this on your own breath, linking your breath to your movement, and taking any movements that feel good here. So maybe you kind of want to rock from side to side. Maybe you want to take more of those chest circles or full body circles. This is where you listen to your body. This is where your practice becomes yours. And do what feels good. Always go at your own pace. Just follow your breath. And go ahead and finish up your last round. And bring your spine back to neutral. We're going to go into a balancing exercise here. Now again, this is all about having a strong base and a strong core. So we're going to start with the right hand. I want you to extend that right arm out. Now, if the right arm is enough for you, you're like, all right, I already kind of feel shaky here. I just want you to do the arm. If you want a little bit more, maybe you're also going to lift the left leg. Either way, hands, fingers are engaged. They're active. You're going to inhale to lengthen. And exhale, you're going to try to bring that elbow to your knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Your other hand and your knee and your leg are creating that solid base. 2 more here. go ahead and release. Come back to your tabletop. Now we're going to take that to the other side. So again, extending that left arm. Maybe you're just doing arm only. Maybe you want a little more. You're going to extend the leg. Finding that strong base in the opposite hand and leg. Don't mind my knee popping. Inhale to extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch it in. Inhale. And exhale, 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. And go ahead and release. Find that base again. Find your tabletop. Now we're going to take it to a half side plank, so a little modified side plank. So starting with the right foot, I want you to kick that right leg out to the side like this little kickstand. I'm going to show you my left foot just so you can see. So just coming out to the side just like that. With your right foot, you're going to switch your center of gravity over to the right. So putting all your weight to the right hand, the right leg, you're going to open up. Option to take full side plank here if it's in your practice. Option to raise that back leg maybe if you just want a little more. We're going to hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and lower everything down. Transition back to your tabletop. And we're going to switch it to the other side. So I'm taking out my left leg like it's a little kickstand here. Shifting all my weight over. Opening up. Finding the variation that works best for me and my body. And wherever that is, you're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and lower back down to your tabletop. We're going to find our first downward facing dog of class. So I want you to tuck those toes and inhale those hips up and back. Find your downward dog. Now again, even though here are just our hands and our feet are touching the mat, this is still about finding your solid base. Press those hands into the mat. Try to get those heels down. Now, as a yoga teacher, I'm very short. My heels rarely touch the ground in downward dog, and that's okay. But maybe you pedal the feet out. Maybe come to the tippy toes. And then exhale, try to push those heels down. If you're short or you have tight hamstrings, getting those heels down is tough. And I have both, so. Find stillness in this pose. Find that base. Inhale, gaze forward. And exhale, go 1 step forward into a forward fold. Now hanging out in this forward fold. Our first forward fold of class to find some movement. You can rock from side to side. You can grab for opposite elbows. Maybe a little bounce. We'll find stillness here. Gonna bring our hands to your shins, press into them, inhale for a halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale your hands to your heart center. Close your eyes. Take a moment here. Now Tadasana, our mountain pose. This is also a very good grounding pose. So I want you to lift up all 10 toes and then place them back down one at a time. And feel that base. Feel that mat beneath your feet. Now, with your eyes closed, if you kind of sigh and let go and kind of relax everything in your body, you're going to start to feel your body kind of sway. It's like your natural body sway when you're not engaged. Now notice what happens when you inhale and kind of engage everything here. Find that base in your feet, really press into it. You're going to find that power, that stillness. And again, exhale, kind of relax everything. Let everything kind of go loosey-goosey, and you're going to feel that sway. And then inhale, engage. Feel how that changes when you really connect to that base, that grounding energy. I'm going to do a few half sun salutes here just to get us warm. So I want you to inhale your arms up overhead. Maybe take a little tiny back bend here. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up overhead, maybe a little back bend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. This last one, we're going to add on just a bit. Inhale, arms come up, little tiny back bend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. I want you to plant your hands and step back to a high plank. Now again, finding this strong base with your hands, your feet. Maybe you don't want to take it from your feet. Maybe you want to drop to your knees. Wherever you're at, as long as your spine is nice and straight, your head is in line with your spine, you're doing it. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you can go ahead and lower to your knees. Now we're going to lower all the way down to our bellies. Your hands are still going to be underneath your shoulders. Now we're just going to do some cobra push-ups here. Now I know the word push-up sounds scary, but we're building our strength. We're building that base here. So what I want you to do is inhale, press into the palms, lift up, and exhale, come back down. We're going to do 4 more. Press into the palms, inhale up to that cobra. Pressing the shoulders away from the ears. And exhale, come back down. 3 more. Press into those palms, lift up. And exhale, release. Inhale. And exhale, release. 1 more. Inhale. Hold this cobra for a few breaths. Really pressing those shoulders away from the ears. Chin is up. Pressing your pelvis into the mat. And exhale, release. Now we're going to come to a Sphinx pose. So you're going to bring your forearms out in front of you. Like the number 11, they should be parallel to each other. Really pressing again those hands into the mat, finding that base. Chin is lifted, opening up the chest. Again, you don't want your shoulders shrugged up to your ears, you're pressing them down and away. Now from here, we're going to transition into a low plank. So you're pressing into those forearms, and you're just going to tuck your toes and lift up into that low plank. Now again, you can take this from the knees. I just want you to hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release the knees into a child's pose. Again, I'm taking my wide-legged child's pose. So I open up my knees a bit. I'm sinking down into my child's pose. Refinding my base. Refinding that foundation. Noticing every part of me that's touching the mat. My hands, my wrists, my forearms, my elbows, my chin, my forehead, my knees, my chest, my shins, my feet. Noticing that base. Reminding yourself, I am strong. I'm building a strong base. I'm building a solid foundation. You lift up all 10 fingers and then bring them back down. All right. Now, what we're going to do is some child's pose push-ups. Again, there's that push-up word that I know we're all like, ugh, push-ups. But watch me first, and then you can try it. So from your child's pose, and I don't want you to go too far. If you're like, ooh, I don't know about push-ups, you're just going to go you're not going to go deep into a push-up. So from your child's pose, you're going to inhale forward, bending at the elbows, so like chaturanga arms. Your elbows are going straight back, finding that push-up, and then coming back to child's pose. So if that feels like a lot to you, I just want you to inhale, maybe just barely find a little bit of a bend, and then come back down. We're going to do 5 of them. So we inhale, and then exhale, come back to child's pose. Inhale, child's pose. Inhale, Exhale, child's pose. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, child's pose. Last one. Inhale. And exhale, child's pose. Relax in this child's pose. Notice how that made you feel. You should probably be a little warm. Shoulders should be feeling it. It's just a variation of a push-up. Variation of a chaturanga. Personally, I hate them all. I've had a few reconstructive surgeries on my chest, so my chest muscles are not built for that, but that's what we gotta do. We gotta build the foundation for that strength. Gently inhale up to your tabletop. We're gonna find our downward dog again, so tucking those toes, inhaling those hips up and back. Find that solid foundation here, pressing hands into the mat. Maybe trying to press those heels down. Inhale, gaze to the top of your mat. Exhale, travel into your forward fold. No more dogs barking. Inhale for your halfway lift, flat spine. And exhale, fold. Go ahead and inhale, come to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. All right. We are going to work on some warrior poses here. Now, I'm going to cue these, stepping back from a standing position. For all my newbies or anybody who needs this variation, if you'd like to take it from a vinyasa, chaturanga, downward dog, whatever you want to do, you can get to your lunges how you'd like. Again, this is your practice, make it yours. So, from standing, if that's how you want to go, I'm bringing my hands to my hips. We're going to start with the right leg. So I'm putting all my weight into my right foot. And then I'm going to step back my left foot into my left foot's flat and about a 45-degree angle. My right foot is bent. There's about, pretty decent distance between my feet, almost like a leg's distance. Not as wide as warrior 2. This is warrior 1. So my hips are square to the front of the mat. My knee is over my ankle. I'm going to inhale my arms up. So I'm finding, again, strengthen this base, strengthen this foundation before I add on my arms. You can take any arm variation you like here. Feeling this power here in your warrior, feeling where your feet are touching the mat, feeling that base. Breathing here. Now take a big inhale, and exhale, you're going to open up to your warrior 2. So I'm going from a closed hip to an open hip. My feet are, again, a little bit wider. Knees still over the ankle. Back foot is now straight parallel to the short edge of the mat. I'm going to gaze over my front fingertips. Again, feel this power in this base. Feel your feet on the mat. And now from here, I'm going to shift to a high crescent. So I'm going to inhale here, exhale, my hips are going back to closed, keeping the same distance, except I'm coming up on that back foot, which I know you can't see because I have long pants on. Finding my solid base, and then inhaling up to my high crescent. Knee is still over the ankle. Breathing here. Take an inhale. Exhale, release hands to the mat. You can use blocks here if you'd like. Just going to rock forward and back for a moment. Maybe I'm going to bounce a little. I'm just getting into that hip flexor a bit. And then I'm going to inhale here. And exhale, I'm just going to step right back into a forward fold. Shake it out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. Now we got the whole other side, my friends. So again, I'm starting from standing. You can get to these however you'd like. Putting my hands on my hips, putting my weight into my left leg now. Stepping my right foot back. Back foot flat at a 45-degree angle. Knee is over ankle. Hips are closed. Finding my strong base. And then coming to my warrior 1. Finding the hand variation that you like. Breathing here. Feeling how strong and powerful this pose is. And then take an inhale and exhale. Open up into your warrior two. So my distance between my feet's getting a little wider. Going from a close hip to an open hip. Finding my base. And then coming to my warrior two. Knee is still over ankle. A little bit of a hip opener here. Breathing. Taking an inhale here, and exhale, shifting back to a closed hip. Coming to my toes on the back foot. Finding my base, and coming to my high crescent. Getting into this hip flexor. Low back a bit. Feeling my power and my base. Inhaling here, exhale, bringing my hands down to the mat or to blocks. Maybe rocking back and forth or a little bounce. And inhaling here, exhale, transition back into a forward fold. And shake it out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. I want you to plant your hands, step it on back to a high plank. We're only going to hold this high plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I want you to lower into your child's pose of choice. Sinking all the way back down into your mat. Again, take a second to notice what parts of you are touching the mat, or grab water if you need it. Tap in to that root chakra, that grounding energy. What parts of me can I feel that are grounded physically? Reminding yourself that you are strong, that you're building a strong base. And what does that look like? What does that look like physically? What does it look like mentally? What does it look like emotionally? What does it look like spiritually? Now we're going to come back to those child's pose push-ups. I know, but we got to do them. We're going to get strong. So planting my hands. I'm inhaling. Push up. Exhale, back down. Inhale. And exhale. Again, you can just make it very little baby push-up if you need to. 2 more. Listening to your body. What does it need? And relax into that child's pose. That was our last one. Taking the deep inhales and exhales in this child's pose. And go ahead and inhale. Come back up to your tabletop. And we're going to find our downward facing dog, tucking the back toes. Inhaling those hips up and back. Hitting that strong downward facing dog, and then inhale, gaze up. Exhale, travel into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. Take a second to tap into this grounding energy in your Tadasana, your mountain pose. All right. Now we're going to go through a few warriors. And we're going to work on warrior 3. Warrior 3 is a balancing posture. So you might need to use a wall. You can also use a chair. I have a desk chair over there. I would just kind of grab onto it for balance. Use what you need. Do what your body needs. So I'm going to start from standing again. You can take this from your vinyasa, your downward dog if you'd like. So I'm coming to standing at the top of my mat. Starting with that right leg and putting all my weight into my right foot. We're going to step back to a warrior 2 this time. So I'm stepping back a little bit wider than warrior 1. Going from closed to open. Finding my power, my warrior 2. Finding my strength and my foundation. Breathing here for a moment. And then I'm going to inhale, shift forward, and exhale, I'm going to find an extended side angle. So you can have your arms straight at 12 and 6 o'clock, or you can bring this forearm to the thigh and take more of a lateral side stretch if you'd like. Either variation is fine. Listening to your body, what do you need for your practice? Now I'm going to inhale, come back up to my warrior two. Exhale, flip the front palm and reverse my warrior, keeping this strong foundation, because it likes to happen when you reverse, that leg likes to straighten. Nope, we're keeping our strong base. Inhaling back up, and then I'm going to shift to my high crescent. So from here, I'm going to a closed hip, open hip to closed hip, finding my base, my high crescent, and I'm going to lift my arms, holding here. Now I'm going to bring my hands to my heart, and this is where I'm going to transition into my warrior three. So if you need something to grab onto, or you need to do this against the wall for balance, I want you to focus your gaze on something that's not moving. Put all your weight into your right foot and start to hover this left foot. Come back so you can see me. So your hips are closed down to the mat. You can extend your arms overhead. You can maybe find airplane arms or heart sit, hands at heart. My back foot is flexed. You might need to keep a micro bend in this knee. And I'm breathing here. And I'm feeling that base. With my one foot, I still have a strong base. I'm feeling the wobble, the shake. And I'm going to inhale here and exhale. Come to standing. I'm going to shake it out. And see how that felt. There should be wobble. There should be shake. It's okay. Now, we got the whole other side, my friends. So coming back to standing, or however you'd like to get there. I'm bringing my hands to my hips, putting my weight into my left foot, stepping back into my warrior two this time. Again, wider stance, open hip. These pants are so long because I am so short. Finding my warrior two, finding this strong base, this powerful pose. Inhale, shift forward, exhale, finding the same variation of extended side angle that I found on the other side. Inhale, exhale, flip the front palm, reverse your warrior, still keeping the strong base, keeping the integrity of the base. Inhale to my warrior two. And now I'm going to shift into my high crescent, so closing my hips, finding this power, come into my high crescent. And now I'm going to shift into my warrior three. So I'm going to bring my hands to heart. I'm going to put my weight into my left foot. Focus my gaze on something, not moving. Maybe play around with arm variations. Back foot is flexed. Trying to get that back foot in line with the hips. And if you extend your arms, trying to create a straight line from your hands all the way down to your foot. Breathing. Take an inhale and exhale. Woo. Come back to standing. See, we're always going to have that shake. We're always going to have that wobble. Someone commented that they like that I don't edit out when I fall. Because falling's a part of yoga, my friends. All right, I'm back at standing. I'm going to shake it out for a second. I'm going to come to my Savasana mountain. You can have your hands at heart, or you can have your hands at either side. You can close your eyes. Take a moment here. Just breathe. Again, maybe lift up all 10 toes and bring it back down. Focus on that grounding energy. Reminding yourself, I am strong. I'm building a strong base, a strong foundation for my goals, my dreams, my ambitions. Take a a big inhale in through the nose. And open mouth, exhale. Release. One more big inhale in through the nose. And open mouth, exhale. Release. Alright, so we're going to play around with some tree pose, and then we're going to be done, I promise. So I'm going to just turn to face you. You can do this at the top of your mat if you like. We're going to play around with tree pose because tree, to me, is like the epitome of having a strong foundation, right? If you think of a tree, think of all those roots underneath the ground that you don't even see, right? This base is foundation. Sometimes we don't even see it because it's ours, it's there, we know it's there, but maybe not everybody else does, and that's okay. So for my tree pose, we're going to start with the right leg. So I'm going to put all my weight into my right leg. I'm going to come to the tippy toes of my left foot. Now, you bring your hands to your hips or hands at heart, whatever you prefer. Bring your hands at heart. And I'm going to bring that tippy-toed foot and lift up my pant leg so you can see it, just to the inside of that other foot. This is where you're going to start. Now maybe this is enough for you. Maybe you want a little more. So you can bring that foot to rest on the shin, the calf. Never put it right directly on your knee. And maybe you're like, okay, I can do a little more. So then you're going to put it on your inner thigh. These pants are super slippery, so maybe not. There we go. Again, never resting directly on the knee joint. And maybe you want to grow your branches. Focusing your gaze on something that's not moving. Breathing, feeling that foundation. Imagining a tree and all of its roots. Inhale here. And exhale, very gently release. Shake it out. We're going to go the other side. Again, you can use a wall to balance, you can use a chair to balance, whatever you need for your practice. So I'm going to put all my weight into my left foot. Coming to the tippy toes of my right. Maybe bringing those tippy toes still planted, but in, opening up the hip. Maybe I think I can do a little more, so I'm going to bring it to that calf. Maybe I feel stable, so I'm going to lift it into my inner thigh. And maybe try a different hand variation. Grow your branches in a different way. Focus your gaze on something that's not moving. And breathe and feel that foundation. Inhale and exhale, very gently release. Shake it out. We're just going to take a wide-legged fold to kind of reset here. So bringing your legs as wide as you need to. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold. Shake it out. Maybe bend into one knee and the other. Do what feels right here. Maybe you need a heart opener and you want to take that bind behind you. Maybe you want to bend knees. You want to reach through the legs. Do what feels good for you here. Spend a few breaths here. And when you're ready, you're going to press into the hands and then just gently find your way down to a seat, however you want to get there, down to a seat on your mat. We're going to take some folds here. So we're going to start with Baddha Konasana, bound angle. So I'm bringing my feet bottoms together to touch, opening up the knees. I'm going to inhale my arms up and exhale, hinging at the hips like a Barbie doll. You know how Barbie, like her legs doesn't move, it's like her whole torso is like one thing. That's what we're trying to do here. Feeling this in the hips, the low back. Every inhale, maybe you lengthen. Every exhale, maybe fold a bit deeper. Inhale, come back up. Now take a wide-legged fold, so legs are coming again as wide as you like them. Inhaling, arms up, and exhale, fold. Again, channeling Barbie here with your fold. Never forgetting your breath, no matter where we are. Inhaling up. And go ahead and come to lay on your mat. Nice and slow. Nice and gentle. If you want just a little bit extra foundation, a little core work here, you can extend your arms and just lower very, very, very slowly until you come all the way down. All right. I'm bending at the knees. My hands are at my side. I'm just going to take a little reclined pigeon here. So I'm going to take my right ankle. I'm going to cross it over my left thigh. And maybe this is enough right here. You maybe want to push gently on that right thigh. Open up that hip. Or maybe you want a little more, so you're going to draw your knees into the chest. Reach in between that hole you just created. Grabbing the back of the thigh. And pulling those legs down towards you. You can also straighten that leg here if you want a little hamstring stretch. Feeling this in the right hip and the low back. Now gently letting go, I want you to keep that cross in the legs, maybe even cross them a little bit more. Bring your arms out to a T position and then drop those legs over to the left. So if this twisty twist is too much for you, you can release the twist and just take a normal, release the leg twist and take a normal twist. I'm hitting stuff back here. Don't mind me, I just have like a billion crystals behind me, it's fine. Breathing into this twist. Maybe gazing over your shoulder in the opposite direction. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, you can unwind the legs, shake them out a bit if you need to. Now taking it to the other side, so right or left ankle crossing over right thigh. And again, maybe this is enough for you right here. You want to press into that left thigh to open up a bit. Or maybe you want more. So you're going to draw those legs into your chest. Reaching between that hole and grabbing the back of your right thigh. Take any variation you did on the other side. Gently releasing, light grip you have to bring your arms out to a T position. Again, deepening that crisscross in the legs or releasing if it doesn't feel good. And then dropping your legs over to the right. Maybe gazing over that left shoulder now. I'm like resting my hand on this giant selenite tower I have because it just happens to be there, you know, getting some energy. And go ahead and inhale. Gently come back to center. Exhale, release everything. Again, shake it out if you need to. Now this is your time for any final pose that you feel like you need to take. Maybe it's an inversion, you want to take a shoulder stand, or maybe some more twists, or anything that you feel like your body needs. This is the time to listen. I'm going to take a happy baby as per usual, because would it even be a Natasha class if I didn't take a happy baby? And if you're in happy baby, you can rock from side to side. You can straighten one leg, straighten the other. Remembering that it's called happy baby, not sad baby, so maybe you want to smile. And whenever you're ready, you can release into your Savasana. Now, Savasana is also a grounding pose because guess what? Every single part of us is touching the mat. So take up space. Of course, my dogs start barking right as we're going into Savasana. It's fine. Dog mom life. Palms facing down for that extra grounding energy. Closing your eyes. And bringing it back to your breath. Bringing it back to our mantra, our affirmation. I am strong. I'm building a strong base. I'm building a strong foundation. And contemplate what that means to you here in your Savasana. Visualize it in your mind. What does that mean? And I'll let you know when it's time to come back. Again, I apologize for the dogs barking. Just breathe here. Start to bring your awareness back into your space and back into your body. Maybe start to wiggle your toes or wiggle your fingers. Maybe start to roll out your wrists or roll out your ankles. Gently making those movements bigger until you're ready to draw your knees into your chest. And give them one last squeeze here. Try to bring your forehead to your knees. And then gently drop over to one side, finding your fetal pose. One more moment of stillness and silence here. And when you're ready, gently pressing up to a seat. Any seat that you are comfortable in. Keeping eyes closed. Bringing my hands to either side of me, feeling the mat beneath my fingertips. I'm going to inhale my arms up, taking all that wonderful energy we just created. And exhale, bring it back down, release anything that doesn't serve you. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, draw palms together to touch. And bring it to your heart center. The love, the light, and the strength in me honors the love, the light, and the strength in you. We bow to our practice. Thank you. That is all I have for you guys for this new moon. I will see you for the full moon near the end of the month. Again, if you really enjoy this practice and you'd like to support a small business, my course bundles are 50% off. I'll post a link in the description box. I highly recommend the Nourish AF Complete package because it comes with all of my courses for like the cheapest price they've ever been. It's Self-Love 101, so full course, workbook, everything, modules on self-love. Mindful Eating 101, same thing if you're looking to heal your relationship with food. Get Up and Flow, which has a yoga class for every single day of the week and a mantra for every single day of the week to make yoga a part of your daily routine. Chakra Magic, so a class for every single chakra and modules for every single chakra if you want to learn more about the chakras. And finally, I Am Self-Love Yoga, which is a gentle 4-part, really just like body love yoga series. You get all of those in my Nourish AF complete package, so it's 50% off until the end of January. And yeah, that is all I have for you guys for this class. Again, thank you for doing these classes. I love reading your comments. Thank you for subscribing. There's going to be a lot coming to my YouTube channel, so tarot readings. I'm going to do a tour of my room, I think, so everybody keeps asking about my space. Vlogging, more yoga, everything. I love YouTube. I love the community here. You can also follow me on Instagram at Nourish Natasha. But that's all I got. So go enjoy your new moon and have a wonderful January, and I will see you for the full moon.